Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything.
Happy new month to all of you. Baby biara o me ma ankra biara o hwe anope me ma wakwaba. Eba ya dwumadie so enen so twede ampo adaro ma na adom nenti wama afi ne twa ne ho a mabusum foforo asan ahye ya ase enti aseda nko a ne edbema no. Me gidi se baby biara o a wo hwe me no wonso wo ho ye. Ene yende yi ene de bia ye de program eba na yeto ye boase na yehwe enti se ye ba topic e piki no ye nije nsem kwa na enedie na ye beka ho asem nsem bebre na etwem ko ba bibiara wo me satonsa e de afrew edwumadi a ye no Friday ye shase Thursday Friday any Saturday ye BWF Solicitors for omoni community no akyerɛkyerɛ de bia ye de emra ensem de ba de bibiara emra ensem se ne beye a wonso onyam nimdie a na wo de ato anamom sara na enenso twede ampo adaroma ya san aba na ya hwehwem topic a mo de ne mo hwam na megidi se wo ebeboa menso no ne akofa ba se ne ye ba be kyerɛkyerɛ mu se ne beye a ye nya nimdie na ye hu ehiahia ye. Yes. And then so Sarah, Friday, the 1st of November, 2024, yeguso ayeko na yenim say every day bia emonsem. Enti ne edika no medinchi akese ema obi biara o hwe yen eye anopa me ma wache eye wi amemo ha na se ye nwumre nso ene me ma wajo baby biara owo. Medikan afre me resource person ane mene ni bedi dwuma no no nso mfa nchi akese embrem. Afei odema mu wie a na mebisa no se ayimbia ye ka ne send update bia ewo se yehu ansa na etu anamo na mmom ansa na mema na aba no metwa me ho sima pe me ba ya na ye de hihye so nti don't go anywhere, just stick and stay with us. I'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. with over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any inheritance tax. If there is no will, the intestate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the issues which clients face, whether it's in relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors, let us take care of probate.
Yo, me dese ya san etwa ye ho ne akọ ne aba. Ene nso saa ye de dwumedie no ebe hihye so. Me be sorry na me ka say me resource person na me wo no. Ene mema ono nso de nchia kese e de aba. Enti no baby biara wo me sre we ni die mo. Ebe me de yi se wo share program na afi wo ko ye YouTube channel ho na umia netiko eko babia no wa subscribe to our channel no so afi there is a notification bell bi wo ho wo clicking on it abrebia e beba no na wenya information na notification ne say yaba enti no mema akwa ababium afi no aba aha ye BWF Solicitors Legal Hour so na yawe yo meto mensa afre minua me sister me lawyer Eunice no nso mfa nchia kese emeti for na hwefo na afi yemfa nkomode no ento aso ntima akwa very good morning to you.
Mejo so my tea. I hope say I'm adum ho ye.
Adom ye ho ye pa ye ho ye.
Yeda yamiase. Me fa echan kese so Emma ye ahwefo na etiefo a mo baby biara. Ye ma munina a very good morning. I hope say I'm adum munina mo ho ye. I know say and then being the first day of the month no we are hoping and praying that God will take us through to the end. And see your bonfire say at least say we're here up to this
period of time dear and dear yenye ahweye na at least bibiara ewo ho ayese ye no ye beye ansana afi we aba area. Into me mamuni now so happy new month. Happy first day of November. Into as my tea kan no every week bia na bibi e wo ho a say ye ma etifo na say ahwefo ehu na at least on one share and so. And then when it comes to particularly nkɔfoɔ ɔmo ɛwɔ asetena ɛwɔ kurom ha, whether it's leave to remain based on your family, based on study, based on ejuma, whatever your leave to remain is based on. Anakra mpo sɛ nkita British citizenship into wo deɛ ebi wode indefinite leave to remain anaa asetena bi a any passport no mu ebi paper so immigration documents paper so yɛn nyinaa yɛate sɛ government no aka sɛ from the 31st of December 2024 no they will stop issuing BRP cards because ɔmo pɛ sɛ biribiara yɛ digital anaasɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ biribiara ɛyɛ electronic nti w'asetena no wonya wo card so biom but wobɛtumi ahwɛ ɛwɔ computer so anaasɛ wobɛtumi ahwɛ no ɛwɔ wo phone no so no na ɔmo frɛ no e-visa nti e-visa no ɛna aban no aka sɛ ɔmo pɛ sɛ obi biara a ɔnkita British passport ɛwɔ bi ɔmo di kan ɛhyɛ aseɛ with nkurɔfoɔ a ɔmo wɔ EU asetena which is EU settlement scheme ɔmo deɛ at least ɔmo betumi ehu ɔmo status no online nti ɔmo ehu sɛ nkurɔfoɔ no ɔmo wɔ EU citizenship anaasɛ ɔmo ebusuafoɔ no ebetumi ahwɛ ɔmo status no online no ɔmo pɛ sɛ obi biara a ɔne EU ase no ebetumi ahwɛ ɔmo status no online nti from ndra no sɛ woyɛ wura a wɔ BRP anaasɛ ebu anaasɛ wogye di sɛ ayera koraa mpo no a ɔmo sɛ ɔmo bɛgyae issuance of new BRP cards nti paatwɛ bebree sɛ wo BRP ayera a ɛndeɛ kye sɛ wo report sɛ wo card no ayera anaasɛ ebu anaasɛ it's damaged nti ɛno no saa no ɔmo mbrɛ wo new card ɛno ane sɛ woyɛ wo e-visa no directly with a copy of na wo card na first wɔ no. And it's important to note, say, of course, nkurɔfoɔ a wɔyɛ asetena no nso, of course, there will be people who will be doing it up until the end of December. And now some people even have BRPs with no expiry dates, just so that no, they will stop the issuance of BRP cards by 31st of December. And to say date expiry dates being new so crampona, no say from the 1st of January 2025, no, na say what sa online e-visa no. If you're having any issues whatsoever in regards to the e-visa viewing, into ebi mu wɔ hɔ a ɔmo ayɛ e-visa no but ɔmo ntumi ehu ebi a ɔmo photo no ɛne ɔmo asetena na ɛwɔ ɛso nti aba ne sɛ ebi a ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo tu kwan but because ɔmo ntumi view ɔmo status ne yie nti it might cause an issue if they are coming back after 31st December 2024. Nti ɛno no saa no wobɛtumi ayɛ complaint to the Home Office nti wo Google complaints to the Home Office a ɛde ɔmo details ɛbɛba nti directly to the UKVI which is the UK Visas and Immigration section. So wopɛ sɛ woyɛ complaint a ɔmo wɔ ɔmo ankasa ɔmo email address ɛna there's a web form on their web page I wobɛtumi fill it out. But I would say the best way to do it is by email rather than doing it on their web form. Nti woyɛ complaints na within 20 working days no ɛsɛ ɔmo yi w'ano. And there's also other agencies and other institutions are almost for complaints in regards to the e-visa na abano. There's the ILPA and 3 million who have come together are almost for complaints of nkurɔfoɔ a finding it difficult to view their status online. And so if there's any sort of issue, I say you to me your complaints no, send your home office no, even who say almost system no has not been rigorously checked in terms of the coming up deadline, which is 31st December. No, until then they will start to make more improvements in regards to everybody being able to view almost status no online. Into as of yesterday no, so why will be happy and I say we will and I say bibi sana want to me any application for new BRP into and also and me per for no so.
Yo, lawyer Eunice, with the explanation ni ekoyi pa yate ase. Ade kakra ya na me wo problem when it comes to say ye ni nyina papers no. Won say ya can say sɛbio majority a yɛwɔ ɛwɔ yɛn kurom mpanimfoɔ ne ade no yɛhuma ɛkɔ ɛnkɔ akyire kakra ɛna afei nso no when it comes to nneɛma yɛyɛ no online internet ne ade no ɛyɛ ana ha adwen ɛna afei nso I deal with a lot of people a dodoɔ na ɛnhyɛ da computer no ɔmo nni mu ɔmo nni mu yɛwɔ yɛn school mu hɔ sei mpanimfoɔ bi a ɛyɛ a na ɔmo ba adult education sa mpanimfoɔ in fact computer ne si hɔ a sister oni mu nti no ɛyɛ a na yɛ try sɛ yɛ transfer phone knowledge kakra na ɔmo wɔ no to the computer ɛna afei yi visa no nso no you don't have to use computer pɛ wobɛtumi ayusu wo phone but sɛnea ɔmo bɛkɔ phone no so website no to put in their details to do that no na lawyer Eunice and that form man nkrofo bebree and that form because ebi mo na yenim no phone no kra no mo kra no even if a yes smartphone kra na apart from the green and the red say all answer na all close to call and also all call WhatsApp all call Facebook any YouTube these are the only 5 things majority a de bia ye checho mo no omunim e wo mo phone so nye so omunim like eno pe na they are so much comfortable using e wo mo phone so green say offer obi call no red say all handy call no sorry on end call no ɛna WhatsApp symbol no ɛne ɔkliki a ohu WhatsApp ne ɛkɔ ɛna YouTube na onim sɛ ɔne ɔhwɛ n'ani so ɛna afei Facebook ɛno nso saa five from experience I'm talking from experience because we have a program a yɛkyerɛkyerɛ mpanimfoɔ nkurɔfoɔ bebree how to use some of these things no especially saa immigration aspect where you have to be using your computer or your phone to access certain things no yes our program nti nkrofo a ya na eba na omo register na ade otumi ho say computer dị na home office dị aba no ha adwen papa but we'll get there nti sɛ woyɛ obi a wotie yɛ onim mpanimfoɔ bi a ɔmo nhyɛ da ne nkwalaa wɔ ɔmo nkyɛn a they will help them community centers no especially the council community centers no ɔmo wɔ set up ɔmo wɔ programs bebree a ɛra no wɔ hɔ a you can just go there yɛngye wo sika woba a yɛbɛboa wo ade bi a wohwehwɛ ɛwɔ sɛ wo use phone ɛde yɛ even filling application and bibia yɛtumi yɛ ma wo free yɛngye wo sika ti sɛ bi a something that you need to deal with lawyer and you better refer to lawyers ɛno ti na me refer ebinom ama wo BWF Solicitors lawyers ɛde ama wo sɛ yɛ lawyer ɛyɛ law nsɛm anaasɛ mmara nsɛm anaasɛ nneɛma de a kɔ lawyers hɔ yɛnyɛ hɔ no yɛnyɛ lawyers yɛkyerɛkyerɛ nkurɔfoɔ how to fit into the system using technology na sisi a computer ne hwan ne adeade yi aba no enti we yɛ mo nsɛm pa me de betwa mu kɛkɛ agye yɛ mmerɛ be yɛbɛkɔ so la Eunice yɛbɛda ase afei na yɛbɛkɔ yɛ main topic a ne yɛwɔ ɛwɔ so no nansa na meyi ne ho edi no memfa nkyia kɛseɛ ɛma dodoɔ na aba fidie ne so titru me nua ba tili duma tili baby biara a ɔwɔ give me a shout out after the program. Yeah, or say hello, lovely family. Hello, Tilly. But Modiana na frame ye program na share ya. Auntie Helena, me so me mau chin Benjamin, yes, Benjamin also sa ebi mu gugu so a ye ko na waba so abomodiana share my ehia yempa na asantoa papa bi bomodiana share program ne my pineapple, is it pineapple, pinalope pinzo di na ya na me hu ni ye meni no ti se me de aben no yo yenko ye ni me na yenhwe Eunice mesa afra obiom na ene topic a yewo no yɛmfa nto dwa ɛma na meka sɛ nso mede nkyia kɛsɛ bɛma me nua bɛma Oreku Frimpong Oreku baabi biara wɔ anɔpɛ mu sɛ wayɛ busy mede nkyia kɛseɛ de ma wo na yɛkɔ yɛnim no ɛnɛ yɛkɔfa aba topic bi a ɛha nkurɔfoɔ yie na I think say it's good around this time a yɛde aba na nkurɔfoɔ ehu nea ɔmbɛyɛ before a ɔmo atu anamom ɛno ara ne sɛ home office ɛne immigration borders no ɔmo nyinaa ɔmo yɛ nuanom brothers and sisters nti obi bɛseɛ ɔmo yɛ adwuma de bom na mmom ɔmo yɛ adwuma de bom no nso no ayɛ sɛ wo ne wo nua ɛkyɛ dan mu ɛtɔ da bi a nsɛm bi wɔ hɔ a wonim mbia na wo nua no ɔnhyɛ da wate ho but ɔnhyɛ da nim onni mu into details deɛ nti na meka saa mbia na wo nsɛm egu home office no ɛyɛ korɔgyen biribiara ba wodu border force hɔ no a ɛtɔ da bi a na kakra na ɔmo nim no ɔmo enisoɔ nti de bia they have to refer to home office na onsi supi ɛma ɔmo ansa na ɔmo etu anamo na wei na ɛyɛ a na ɛkɔba a na kyerɛ sɛ woyɛ obi a wotu kwan anaa wotaa tu kwan na abere biara a wobetu kwan biara no na yɛgyina wo ɛwɔ port yɛgyina wɔ border na yɛbisabisa w'anum nsɛm ɛna wo nkrataa no koraa wokɔfa no kuro bɛn so wode firi he woyɛ dɛ na wonya wo nkrataa na wokɔ ade no wankɔkyɛ anaa wakɔkyɛ dodo ɛna ɛnsɛm no deɛ yɛdɔɔso yie bohu na nea mepa akyerɛ yɛbɛ delay wo. They will stop you, interrogate you, they will delay you. Ebi wɔ kora mpo ɛtumi gye wo passport ne aka sɛ kɔfie na san report to this day na kyerɛ sɛ hɔ no interview no na ɛmo ayɛ hye na wokɔ ebi mo ba a ɛyɛ a na ehu na ɔmo abɛfa lawyer ebi mo nso ɔmo akukuduro na ɔmo kɔ ebi mo nso sɛbio wahwɛ kora na ɔmo de krataa na akyɛ borderfoɔ no na kyerɛ sɛ akɔyɛ nea ɛwɔ hɔ enti no ɛnɛ yɛba abɛhwɛ sɛ woyɛ obi a wotaa tu kwan na da bia a wotu kwan wotaa hyia saa akwanhyia yi bia ɛno ne ato ne sɛ why am I always stopped and questioned by the border force when I arrive in the UK? Wokɔ deɛ a wokɔ no dwoo ɛne yɛmfa ɔmo ho ɔmo pia w'ati kɔkora na fi kuro no mu na mmom wobɛ mu no a wo bibia etwa no ɔmo se daabi te sɛ yɛ script wo from top to down yɛahwɛ wo nso yɛahwɛ wo mfe yɛahwɛ wo baabiara ehu sɛ wo a wowura mu yi ɛsɛ sɛ wowura mu anaa na ɛhɔ saa stop and question no ɛno na ɛpɛ sɛ ɛnɛ yɛhu nea nti ɛba ne saa ɛna deɛ a wobɛtumi ayɛ afa ho na ɛso bɛtwa ama wo nti la Eunice mekasa tenten ne nyinaa ɛyɛ asɛmbisa baako pɛ. Why am I being always stopped and questioned by the border force when I arrive in the UK?
Yo, Incy, I like the explanation you gave because, like you said, there are a few, or should I say, some people who will be going through this. And from the beginning of Immigration Act of 1971, this was something that was in place, and therefore some people may have come across this in terms of ABIA. Omo asetena na omo wɔ no omo gidi sɛ ABIA omo indefinite leave to remain and I say omo ewo leave to remain, but still now omo to kwan na omo ba they are always being stopped and then interrogated by immigration officers, and they want to know the entire akobanesa. We are going to talk about why they do that in the first place, and then what as a passenger you can also do to help them not always stop you and interrogate you or that's examine you when you are arriving into the UK. Into the kind boss so say your Immigration Act of 1971 and no na Emma Home Secretary to me say obi eba UK krom ha no nye British near and there or to me say over to me ama no leave to enter and I say over to me a very and I say over to me assessor and leave now or so and I say crampa over to me I cancel and leave now or so in say no sano share Secretary of State ne tumi ɛdɔɔso papaapa but ɔwɔ nkurɔfoɔ a wɔwɔ n'ase a wɔboa no ebi te sɛ immigration officers a wɔwɔ UK border force nti the UK border force is part of your home office just like your UK visas and immigration which deal with applications to enter the UK into the border force deal with people coming at port into say a car porter, usually we are talking about places where people embark and I said disembark when they are coming or leaving the UK. That is what a port is. In no sano na immigration officers no so ewo to me under the same act to be able to also control the flow of people coming in and out and not just people but goods as well as in Yama to say firearms offensive weapons any in Yama to say drugs because some people feel that they can also import drugs into the UK into they have that measure of control in terms of sa ye act na ye boss no. And when you look specifically at Schedule 2, paragraph 2 of sa act no, ma immigration officers no sa to mean say obi eba a UK krom ha na or sa leave to enter and I say or sa ahobia yes obetumi ewrem na wetumi atena UK krom ha because ebi opese obeye adwuma obese obetena UK krom ha dia and there some hwemu ye na at least omoma nimpa no ekwan se onwremu but there are other criteria they have to look at if they feel say ebi nimpa kro na obewrem no bibia ento so ye a, then they have to look at those other criteria as well. Into your immigration rules no so emma almost a breakdown of inyama say almost as immigration officers. Into to certain kind they have that power to retain your passports. Into almost a stop a question one no, they have the power to also retain your passport for further investigation and answer for further purposes in regards to almost function now almost as immigration officers. Into a banner say almost retaining almost passport now they will obviously notify you say almost ever retaining or passport no in regards to almost functions now almost under your immigration act no they can also control inyama nipa kono edeba because say ebia wokita suitcase the suitcase will go through a monitoring system and sana e redru sa yen kan say crampo sa belt na ufa with
Conveyor belt no.
conveyor belts no yes it goes through a system of checks they can see everything which is obviously in within your luggage into ebi mu crampo day enam
Aduane
enam
ọkọtọ dano de obi kọtọ a sɛ ne bag no sɛ ho pae o sɛ dɛn a ọkọtọ yi na ɛnenam conveyor belt yi so a ɛna obi esu la Eunice kɔ so.
Bibi Sano, you're supposed to make sure that you have declared it because they have a list of inyama ubetumi diaba any inyama untumi enfamba. And see if you are bringing certain goods then they expect say as part of your declarance of goods no you will declare say this amount of enyama eba and they don't expect things that are not dry into for instance so would they kotone nam a moja wom ene saa yama yama eka ho a, then it means that you are also going to delay other people and you're also going to contaminate the goods that are also in that area. And see, they have specific rules in regards to inyama obetumi diaba and inyama wontumi enfamba. And I have had clients who said, "Oh, they almost seize me to case because me the way eshemu, me the way shemu," and I'm like, "Yes, they have every right to seize it because you're not allowed to bring it." It's almost seize their patrol is because bia went to me and share declared goods list no so into inyama na odeba no enka list no so until they would not allow you or an answer they will not permit you to have those goods here in the UK. And so they have that control to obviously seize those goods as well as part of OMO duties now OMO one. And it's also important to know, say, so when declare with goods in the crumble, so you have to pay some amount of money, and that is in regards to the tax revenues here in the UK. In the usually you would hear say, oh, me declare nyama na me de ba no. Is because there are certain rules in regards to goods that will come into the country and they have to be of a certain amount. In say, just a handbag of goods there, you will not necessarily have to declare it. It depends on the amount of goods that you are bringing, and I say in Driania or Deba, and then they can obviously tell you this is the amount that you have to pay in order to declare sa in Yamana or Deba. No. So it's very, very important that you check all of these things. And so when it comes to immigration officer or UK Chrome her, yes, he's checking you as a person and he's also checking goods na or they ban so. And they have that power, or should I say authority, say on way to me ashemu a question in regards to the goods or in regards to wasitna na or they ban. And then more importantly, when we say ebia nipa korɔ no a ogyina hɔ a obisa wo nsɛm no, adɛn nti na wogyina hɔ a obisa wo saa nsɛm wei. The act also gives them that authority to also examine you, into almost say examine you are they are questioning you in regards to wo asetena na ebia wo de aba no anaasɛ asetena na wowɔ ɛwɔ UK kurom ha. Into with the passport natural more because ABI will leave to remain. And I said when you're entry clearance. Entry clearance say and sana wo beba UK Chrome ha na omo ama sa permission ne say ube to me aba UK Chrome ha with ABI spousal visa na say student visa. Nti eno no na your friend entry clearance. Asitana na ubenya ansa na wo ba Chrome ha. Nti ɛno no sa no udru airport na normal hwɛ wo documents no aka sɛ okay yehu sɛ wasetena na ayɛ ma wɔyɛ sei ne sei ebia ɔmo hu wɔ mo system no so sɛ edin na wo maayɛ no ebia wo birth certificate no ɛnyɛ saa din ɛna ɛwɔ so. Nti they have to be able to check whether there has been any change in circumstance and say there has been any false information and as a document which was given. And that crumble say one can't be BISL can ABA okay say umba UK Chrome had that, but why your application to that say open say by UK Chrome had, but one can't and no ever application also. And say almost be almost system no so and until na almost now a question. And see, they have that power and authority to say, okay, patro bebe in chen kakra na yembisa wonsem. Omo beka che say omo ntumi nkyere wo de nti a omo age na ho, but they will ask you a series of questions because omo hwehwe answer bi. It's omo team say ni say and omo hu omo system no so. But omo bisa questions no saying at least will answer now wo de be ma omo no. Omo hu say ampa wo answers na wo maayɛ no so pepepe. It could be say when it came to na wo no ebia na wo another EU country because they have should I say the free movement and so previously, no, they were part of the security regulations in regards to the EU. And I think said they are still part of that. Until they have that ability to view other applications that are why yeah, within the EU and also to other Western countries like America. Into ebi a ɔmo bibi wɔ system no so in regards to ebi a wasitena no within another EU country or wasitena no in America or anywhere else where they have access to information. Into they've seen that information and they've seen that one can't and no what application also. So they want to question you further in regards to our sitting no and see why that was not mentioned in regards to the application you were making and after the application you just made. And they also have the power to disregard any false statement as well in regards to ABR warem as an illegal immigrant na omo assign wo because omo gidi say unni asylum claim na say unni claim bia obetumi aye nti eno no san no na omo assign wo because omo gidi say enye bibi a obetumi e de abetna ekrom ha. So they also have that power to disregard any false information you gave in regards to sa asetina na nanka opese obano. But when it comes to the fact that ebia wo ebedru krom ha na wo leave no omo agye free nsem because omo gide say ebia enyema bi entoto so based on the answers you gave nti eno no sano because they believe and I said they suspect say wasitna na owo no ebia through false means and na wudinya ye nti omo ntumi emma wo saa sitna no nti either say omo be file passports na omo cancel leave usually they will write it in a form and then give it to you and I said they will tell you say you can apply for immigration bill into your question where we call your immigration bill into in regards to asetena ne deɛ say utumi ɛyɛ ho bibi but yeah ma asetena no because ngyina so na wogyina so ɛde yɛ no yɛntumi ɛmfa ma wo. It is important to be able to know say they have those powers in regards to all of those issues now I mentioned here, but they also have reasons in doing so. Into say omujidi say wasitna na no for one reason or the other no abia circumstances have changed into abia na oba UK chrome ha no na abia wukunu ewo ha wabedru hey almost say wukunu efiri mu into then now obeye because of that change of circumstance, they want some form of answer. Ah, over to me, they are ma omona, omo to me, ama we erim. Or it could be that they believe say information there one system no so contradicts a certain now or no. Ebia omo who system no so na oh yeah spouse of an EU, but was certain now or no, say oh leave to enter and as a leave to remain they want to know why is it that you are a spouse of an EU national, but Wasitinano is on a completely different route. Na so
Eunice, ma mimbisa ọhọ no a woka asisi ano sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a merɛ mfi no. Wa
okay.
wotwam na wode just the example you gave
Mhm.
wo spouse yɛ EU ni na
Yeah,
afei leave ɛbɔ w'ade no mu yɛ indefinite oh I mean
you need to
something to
enter.
enter or something.
Yeah,
Enti ɛno saa no
yeah,
say ɛnyɛ wo as an individual no you are not the one who gave yourself that status, right?
yeah, yeah,
Omo the mail from home office.
yeah,
So how is it that they want to assume say it could be something that one kasa na a mistake into no or some interrogating no who the root of it. Say a kobana saying be a who went to me and answer question here. Na yes it and ye Jeffrey unsem. Then your man
yeah.
of the man. Why?
Yes. You have a valid point because of course home office for no they have different departments. Border force not
Okay.
like I said work at the ports, whereas
Mhm,
UK visas and immigration share
mhm,
applications are yeah. And so of
mhm,
course no the border force may not understand why you have been granted leave
Yeah.
even though on the system is showing that your spouse is an EU national.
National.
Typically it could be that oyere no a also waware no or ye
Mm.
EU ni, but sisi ano ebia woni ne any hobby.
Yes.
Nti when your new partner and a new partner no woni na
Mm.
wo. Nti
Okay.
because we wo new partner na wo ni nti omo
Mm.
ama wo sa leave to enter as the partner of
Mm.
somebody else rather
Okay.
than wo EU spouse na wo no.
Okay.
In a situation like that, you would then have to explain how
Mm-hmm.
it came about for you to get
Mm-hmm.
wasitna na or what is here. I mean, there has been situations where, for instance, I had a client once.
Mm-hmm.
Na why entry clearance ama ne yere ene ne mba.
Mm-hmm.
Omo share application no. Omo refuse omo ni na apart from one child. And omo ma
Okay.
that one child no
Mm-hmm.
leave to enter.
Enter. Mm-hmm.
Akwadaa no ɛbɛwura mu no with ne
Mm-hmm.
papa ɛna wɔn hwɛ system no so wɔn sɛ
Mm-hmm.
akwadaa wei ɛni sɛ ɛwɔ kurom ha because wɔn refuse mu nyinaa nti woso no na ɛsɛ
Mm-hmm.
wɔn
I'm
refuse
going to refuse to.
they don't understand how saa akwadaa no got his visa.
Yeah.
Can you believe that it took me over 1 year to get across
Akala.
the fact that this
Mm.
child has leave to remain. Obviously, now yeah, appeal.
Mm.
The
Others.
the
No.
and then the other
Mm-hmm.
children as well. But just for that child to get his
Mm-hmm.
card, it took over
Mm.
a year for the child to get his biometric card to say I'm part or asitna ewo chrome her. And see, they can make mistakes, and that's why
Mm.
sometimes the border force will also intervene in that
Okay.
case to make sure say
Mm.
everything is as it should be. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, more than what I thought. So now, question, me try me question. So we are not maybe say bisa, but when I
Okay.
better me bisa, because
Yeah.
how I didn't know say banita. This how
Yes.
kwala you see. Enya me
Yes.
na me visa ni tare mo. Almost na the time. Eh na mo ka say a mistake say the amano.
Yeah.
Why should that
Yeah.
be? Oh,
Yes.
into no
Yeah.
there kotuna.
Yes.
Mami ntwa no we are na fe me the
Actually.
questions na ba.
Patriot. And see, as I've mentioned, one of the reasons could be the change of circumstance or the fact that information be or why nanka say what the mom or one farm mom into one way whom system no so. And now Krampus say they believe that one mom false information and now say false documents into ABA to say saying sometimes it's no or marriage certificate bag mu anaasɛ wowɔ birth certificate ɛwɔ wo bag no mu ɛnyɛ deɛ wo present for application no nti sisi a ɔmo ehu sɛ wowɔ saa marriage certificate anaasɛ wowɔ saa birth certificate nti afei deɛ ɔmo question wɔ in regards to saa marriage certificate anaasɛ death birth certificate because ɛnyɛ deɛ wode to application no so nti they just want to be sure sɛ biribiara a wobɛka akyerɛ ɔmo biara no ɛbɛtali with information na ɛwɔ almost one system no so. And if obviously it is not anything that is criminal, and I say it's not an offense, in Abia, they haven't retained your passport, and I say almost cancel or leave there. And there it is possible for you to also make a complaint to the border force in particular. Say, unim bibi, ma sitina na menya no, eya sitina papa. Home Office for no under the UK Visas and Immigration. Ena mo de maa me. I don't think say nanka asitna no eni sɛ menya a de bɛma me. Nti adɛn nti na de bibiara sɛ metu kwan na mensan aba a de biara mo ɛsɛ mo stop me. Nti sɛ ɛba ne sɛ mo stop me di a ɛndeɛ sɛ motumi kyerɛ me deɛ nti a mo stop me na mo check me details asan akɔhyɛ me biom over and over again on the same questions. Nti saa na mobɛyɛ deɛ a ɛndeɛ ebia biribi wɔ mo records no so nti ebia deɛ wowɔ ɛwɔ mo records no so no ɛntali with their UK visas and immigration for no ɔmo wɔ. Nti mepɛ sɛ meka akyerɛ mo sɛ m'asetena no menya ne sei. Nti mo records na mowɔ no mensesa no na mo make sure sɛ m'asetena na mewɔ no information na mede ama mo no mode ne nyinaa ɛbɛhyehyɛ so saa na mekɔba a mo anstɔpe me biom ankwɛhyɛ me biom around the same issues over and over again. Into Bibisa no, they would now amend their records to show say, okay, say was sitting no yan say dear and yeah the better your system no so senya young question all the time. But they would usually stop because they have that right to stop at random any passenger that they feel say for one reason or the other no some more question in regards to either or masita and I say goods na almost yeah about UK chrome ha. It is important that they still have that exercise of power, but at least they will not be interrogating you and I say examining you on the same issue over and over again. Into and
Mpacho, sorry.
yeah,
Oho no,
mhm.
at the border force now, omo interrogate wo na omo enyom bibia correct. Se omba beja wo. Oho na obeka se omo correct wo system ne mo. Se ne be ya wo twemu a. Ensign emba se omo besa ejina we bisa na se o se wo de obetwem na o ma wo lawyer etro de come om no mo ye sa de no. Mpacho ho no se de na o so ye.
Nti ɛnyɛ airport hɔnom ɛna
Okay.
wobɛka kyerɛ mo sɛ patwɔ monsesa mo
Mm,
system no na momfa
yes.
nhyɛ so sɛ seesei ne
Mm,
sei. It is
mm,
always best to do it in writing.
okay.
Nti the same way they will notify you say ebi ɔmo cancel will leave anaasɛ
Mhm.
ɔmo refuse wo application no. The
Mhm.
same way you will also have to inform them anaasɛ make a request for them to amend ɔmo system. Nti
Okay.
wohwɛ the Home Office complaint section na we
Mm,
have the UK Visas and Immigration, you have the HM
mm,
Passport Office, and our Border Force. Into
mm,
Border Force, no,
mhm.
they have their own web form, and I say email that over to me, I email it to
Okay.
say this is the issue that you have. Ebia,
Mm.
debia me free Heathrow Airport,
Yes.
Abano
Mhm.
the issue that I have. My
Mhm.
sitting na me want a leave to remain.
Mhm.
Me and based on me yere any member or me British and answer mukita afebo settled
Mhm.
status. It's because of the relationship na me war with me mbane me yere na ewo krom ha na say me partner
Yes.
omo krom ha nti.
Mhm.
And nsi Home Office and I say UKVI for no
Mhm.
edit asitna way me in 2012 and I'm da
Okay.
so any omo wo ho nti me da
Okay.
so was I live to remain based on saa nipa way. Now the within nationality and date of birth aka ho.
Mhm.
Na omo etumi investigate say omo
Further.
yes, omo
Mm.
records further and then they can make adjustments on their records. Senya, you will not always be stopped and examined and interrogated in
Mhm.
regards to that same issue over and
Over and
over.
over. But then, on say from the earlier submission, no, okay, say, omu jina wo na omu bisa on questions na. Omu nka nkyerɛ wo ade pɔtenti a ɔmo egyina na sɛ ne ebisa wo nkrataa
Yeah,
ho nsɛm
yeah,
ɛna so they won't tell you nti ɔhɔ
yeah.
no a woka sɛ wobɛba no abɛtwerɛ de akɔ a wobɛyɛ de ehu sɛ saa nsɛm wei nti anaasɛ saa adeɛ wei because they will not tell you say ade wei pɔtenti ɛna egya bi egyina wɔ no nti sɛ woyɛ
Mm,
saa application to the home office and writing the letter to the home office to let
mm.
them maybe amend their system and I say, oh, but then what information they always, stand on to interrogate you before you tell the home office, sir. Some more amending. Oh, but then
It's obviously you are not in their minds. You can't tell what the
exactly.
information or more. And see,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to information, there usually you have the opportunity to make a SaaS request. Into subject
Okay.
access request, over to me. I na who information na omukra ho. And
Mm-hmm.
also the fact that when you are questioned, there are certain questions they always ask you. Into you have recollection of those questions.
Mm-hmm.
Nti ebi ade bia wo ba wo bisa wo sɛ wasetena no wonya ne sɛn anaasɛ wasetena no yehu sɛ ebi a waware EU ni anaasɛ wasetena no yehu sɛ na ɛyɛ sɛ woyɛ application for leave at this particular time but one nti you will have a recollection of questions that usually omu bebisa wo. Nti based on that once you speak to a solicitor they know how to also go about it. But if you haven't got a clue the kind of questions they ask you, then
Mm-hmm.
it's also good to also make a subject access request just to
Okay.
see what information they have and then the lawyer can be able to obviously see which information is contradictory and then explain further in that sense. Yeah.
Wow, home office for more higher adrenaline. Lawyer Eunice, thank you so much. Afei so membisa we de nea ɔmo ka sɛ mbia de ɔmo nkyerɛw adekode na afei nso no time a yɛbisabisa questions no mbia na the right information a ɔmo hwehwɛ firi hɔ no woyɛ obi a mɛfa ne sɛ mbia w'ani afi kakra ɛna woyɛ application no ɛmmi nso a lawyer na ɛyɛ ma o sometimes na onim sɛ o me deɛ mewareyɛ ɛna me kunu na me de nya nkrata as to deɛ bɛɛ na ɛfa ho deɛ na ɛkeka ho na lawyers for na ɛyɛ nti wo hyɛ da nim sɛ ɛyɛ sɛ partner o ɛyɛ yɛka ne sɛ parent o ɛne saa nneɛma ɛyɛ ana technical way na ɛwɔ mu no dodoɔ na lawyers na enim the right application a woyɛ yɛ no nti no wo deɛ ɛno sɛ wo akɔyɛ biribi na yɛama wo nkrata now nea nti a meka saa no ɛmbia na during the questioning time no wonhyɛ da ɛnkaekae what exactly information a ɔmo hwehwɛ no nkae bi so
Yeah.
obi wɔ hɔ koraa na mbia waware agyae pen mɛfa ne sɛ yeah, let's take a very typical example wabɛyare kakra mi kora wabɛyare mental health depression anxiety those kind of thing ama na refre no abɛyɛ biribi ɛwɔ hɔ nti ɔno nam hɔ koraa no woka asɛm kyerɛ ne nnora ɛnɛ ne refi nti onim ɔnhyɛ da nkae onim sɛ waware pen but mbia na akyɛ ne kunu obi wɔ ha 10 years ne kunu ne tena koraa the first mbia aware no koraa gyae on a very sad way ɔnkae na wenum nyinaa yɛ bisa o questions ne bi wɔ hɔ a refre na ɔrefi nti ɛba ne sɛ wankɔ ansa the right answers or demanding na ɛno nti no it's going to lead to say ɔmɛka sɛ watwa torɔ anaa wanka nokorɛ nti no ɔmbɛtwa wo nkrataa no mu a Lawyer Eunice ɔhɔ no dɛn na ɔsɛ woyɛ wonhyɛ da nkae information a mo bisa at that particular moment na ɔgyina border hɔ no nti wokeka bi kɛkɛ like wobubu wo tiri mu ekeke bi nea ɔkaekae ebi sɛ nea ɔka no nso na nsisi so saa ɛmfa ɛmɔ ɔmo a then na ɔsɛ ɔyɛ
Because at that moment in time, even a lawyer cannot intervene.
okay.
Usually, say yeah, normal interview, maybe our for more sitting into home office for an after interview. Unfortunately, legal representatives cannot even answer the question for you. They expect say one casano ube yiano. Unfortunately, so she say lawyer no bet to me I be there and then no dear. Unfortunately, the lawyer or the legal representative cannot even speak for you at that moment in time. It's very important, say we a passenger, na Uber room, and answer what's UK Chrome handed now to kind not the bia ba. Pacho bebre, may yes say unim she unim bibi application no nya copy. Yeah, information there also. And I said because ayo crampo no have some interest in the fact that me kunu ni the date of birth ni or ye juma or say ni say wabet na UK Chrome ha a bia 20 years and see the British citizenship not a bia no 10 years ago. Just have that basic knowledge. Say unim
mm,
should grandpa there were application also.
mm,
Just know those basic information, Senya, you will not be caught off guard because they
mm.
still expect that you will have some form of
This
knowledge.
sa
But one kasa wa setna and your lawyer na setna. One kasa wa setna. So you should have those basic knowledge and not be so dependent on a lawyer and I said nipa na
mm,
why your application na mao. Because at the end of the day, no lawyer no age no mao. Wuna wuni mu situation. It's esa wuna utumi eya no ema omo na mo say yes ampa dia wo no no kre.
wow asɛm o
Yeah.
nti ɛhɔ deɛ now they've not arrested you so yɛgyina hɔ
Yeah.
yɛasɔpo kɛkɛ na
Yeah.
ebisa wo
Yeah.
questions they've not arrested you nti wontumi nka sɛ you not say anything you want your lawyer wontumi nka saa
It's when it comes to you want your lawyer there, they
Mhm.
will detain you. I remember clearly One
Okay.
client had something like that, and then they said, "Oh, there be mean to me, yeah, no, may try my lawyer."
Huh?
Literally from anapa to anajo. Now on
Nina.
that, and I catch the year said, "Madam, Pacho, bisa almost say, open so call interviewing room no."
Uh-huh.
Kogyina immigration border force desk na say na ka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ
Uh-huh.
wopɛ sɛ wokɔ interview room no na
Uh-huh.
wokɔhu wo kunu no because sɛ woagyina hɔ fiti anapa to anadwo deɛ a
Uh-huh.
ɛne ɛyɛ di a ɔmɛhama no apie nti patwɔ wopɛ sɛ kɔ no
Ah.
na akɔyi ano nti ɔyere no kɔɔeɛ no ɛna
Mm.
mokɔyi ano sɛ questions na wobisa no
Mm-hmm.
papa wei ɔmbaa kurom ha da. And
Mm-hmm.
he's not familiar with Inyama na movie sano.
Eh.
And
Eh.
I'm sure bebre. I am me kunan kasankasa. Mejina
Mm-hmm.
have 55 a.m. Besi
Sa.
sound. No fam me kuruna mamia. And the idea me de bebe yamu fear hanu mugo. Because say it's good say we go catch
Yes,
shop.
sir.
It's a fair
Eh.
deal. I'm sure say you kuruna ma. Because
Mm.
unfortunately they would not allow you to say that you are waiting for your representative. Into what if
Ah.
your representative comes? Oba still
Uh-huh.
la wona say we are no.
Sa.
Into it wouldn't make any sense for you to say, oh,
Mm.
that's so air train with representative. Into
Mm.
if they feel say bia to me questions na no they will
Mm.
either tell you to come on a different date to be interrogated.
Eh.
Now we detain I mean almost
Passport.
retaining your passport no and then you
Mm.
come on a further date for further
Mm.
interview.
Mm. Yes, say eno kra me kra my experience bi sada. Na omo bisa question na afi my fed up. Na me say me de nkwala nketen so bebre na me endi mechi
Oh,
nkwala nso na just say nkwala ne mpene kra omo how officers si. Ah, na we twi we afi omo say nkwala ne ntimo de monko na bra na that time. Ɛha adwene
oh.
office for ɛha
Yeah,
adwene
yeah, yeah,
papapapapapa.
yeah, yeah.
Nti no ɛyɛ sɛ ɛyɛ etiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ yɛgu so a yɛdi nkɔmmɔ about sɛ ba ne sɛ yɛgyina wɔ border force airport Heathrow Gatwick baabi a na yɛbisabisa nsɛm na afei wonhu nea wonka wonhu nea wonyɛ wo ho a ɛho nimdeɛ ɛna yɛde ma amansan sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛba ne sɛ wokɔ akɔ experience biribi saa na woahu what to do at the right time and the right place no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛntwitwa wo nkrataa mu ne adeade yɛnim sɛ arefire ɛwɔ hɔ na mmom there are basic information be because normally no they will start you with the basic things or say or they expect to say if you have obtained that status that you have no very on a very genuine way dear these basic information should be something that you should know. Enti say ye bisa 1 2 3 na fe ututututu papa so na the fa baby a oho na it rather encourages them to add you complicated questions ɔhɔ no na wanhwɛ yi a na afei asɛm yɛ ato wɔ hɔ but ne nyinaa mu no lawyers ɛwɔ hɔ sɛ wankasa mu ho information wo status a woanya ne asetena yɛde ama wɔ kurom a ɛwɔ mu a na wofo sɛ woba abɛtu kwan this is where because we are talking about the border force airport asɛm nti wonim sɛ woba abɛtu kwan na such information no ɛbɛyɛ handy a bɔ mmɔden ne hwehwɛ na waa kookyi wo ho sɛ ɛba ne sɛ medu port meba na ebisa me sei a because m'asetena no sei na ɛteɛ nti ɔsɛ metumi ho na meka sei na ɛteɛ sɛ ɛba ne sɛ yɛbisa me wei a just you see you have to get that information wankasa at hand na nya confident in answering na sɛbi obi mu nso timid immigration officer gyina anaa wanhwɛ koraa na wadwo nsɔ ne ho saa timid ehu ne adeade no moma yɛnhwɛ na yɛmbɔ ho mpae na mfiri yɛn so sɛ nkrataa a okita ɛnyɛ obi nkrataa na ɔde ahyɛ wo nsa fatu kwan a ɛni sɛ woma ehu ɛbɔ ɛyɛ woa w'anim ɛna ɛwɔ wo passport mu ɛyɛ woa wo ho nsɛm na egu passport no mu kwan a wofaa so de nyaa saa nkrataa no ɛno na yɛsi kaeka wo tiri mu sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a yɛkɔgyina wɔ bɔda na yɛbisa wo sɛ say a wetumi eyi ano ma eja wo akọ because saa stop and interrogate no they won't stop omo yo mo ejuma is part of their job just say one thing leads to the another bibi na bema we see bibi anji krudi a bibi anji krede ye ka ne se bibi anji kika bibi anji krede mo fa nche me mbu abani ya wo bibi ne bema yebe hu omuti border ho no ana airport ho no omuti screens enim into mo twem nyina they read psychologically and they read what is happening enti se enye wo wanim ana utibia ana bibi ne ba bebisa wo nsem a wo bag susu a eba ye scream a ye hu se akrante bi afi ne se okoto bi ayi ne nan e na ade nso a enti e beba bag ne ho na wo a wo ba be fa sa bag no ne atwe na afi wo susu ya start ebisa ho nsem nti some of these things we educate the public for you to know se ne be ya utu kwan a wayɛ ahwɛ yie na wehu ho nsɛm wa ho nsɛm wehu ansa na watwam oboda hɔ na nkɔba ne sɛ ebegyina ho na ya stop dodo na maba so medam ase mon share program no na enkwenim de my Sandra Fraser say good morning please share when you join okre mon share program no na enkwe chire yegu so a ye di nkomo na mom say mre no ekwenim kakra until whilst I'm still having conversation with lawyer Eunice no maybe a telephone lines no say ayem bia opese wo bisa question bi ebetumi ahye se eye ne ye ka ho asem no na wo bisa anase mbia enye no eye bibi foforo. Our experts are here. They can always answer your question and your queries for you. Inti bomode ana frɛ 0208 123 1016 bomode 0208 123 1016 na frɛ na wonsu bisa wo question. Sanso na obetumi eno ay engage obetumi afrɛ 073 9926 8468 obetumi nso afrɛ we de obi se wa mama no kra ensi sanso na eba ne se baby a wo no untumi emfrɛ a obetumi agya voice note e wo 075 966 20154 ne so mebo e de amount na lawyer eyiwa no yo odofo wa ahomaso ma akwa aba eba fidie ne so pacha wo kasa frame me ante onka yeah, ojo so. Mpacha, hold on, mommy, why? Hold on. La Eunice, mpacha otenenka.
Patran mete.
Okay, papa koso.
Okay. Eunice, are you cool me about?
Majors.
The year 2022. Na me tell you to ne buy. Na me buy so na me jabi wo fi. Na fe na person ko fa ba. Na me just e kwa wa be fa na ba na ma say you no ma fa say ka do to fa na ba bi. E say e pa before allow no me ti na ba. Na me ti so ade na me kinya be ya me kinya. Na me ba na me say me mo fi ma chat na ba. Say ba na say dia ba no na me ba.
Okay. Eunice Meba, wo care route application month ben. Oh, okay. Yo, and okay. Yo, Eunice Bacho betumi ama na answer.
Yes. Inti se uba ansana insisaye no eba this year dia. Of course, ubetumi ede wo yere abeka wo ho e wo UK Chrome ha. Now can be about Manchester. Manchester ye.
Also owo Manchester. Enti some obeba na den ni den opese obeye.
Oh,
Obeba
okay.
be hu
Documents
na
I
monye
saw the
ano.
back.
Den ni na oso odeba. Se na ebe ya oba obekra ni nyina de aba na obehu mu. But
Oh, okay.
lower radio no wo we check akra ma me why me srew eni dem. Yes, Avela in his patakoso.
Okay, it's in regards to documents that will be here for application. No, of course, we'll be here with COS now. Then you will need. I'll need to know whether, for instance, we do for no eka say be maintain no and na say maintain no. So be maintain no dear and dear. You don't need to have the 1,270 pounds in your account within 28 days of her coming into the UK, of you making the application. Sorry, it's the visa no. we will need to know if that is on there on your COS. And then also you need tenancy agreements or one or better. So evidence of your tenancy agreement as well to show say hanom na or into or to me know at na baby also wote. And then if you have any children together or whatever, you will add evidence of your children's birth certificate, your marriage certificate, evidence of the fact that Ghana na mutibu nti ansa na wobɛba UK kurom ha no na wo ne wo yere mutibu ma ansa na wobɛba UK kurom ha. So any proof of residence ebi a watɔ dan nti dan no wo ne wo yere din na ɛwɔ so anaasɛ mo rent dan wɔ Ghana no wo ne wo yere din na ɛwɔ saa indenture anaasɛ tenancy agreement no so whatever the case is you will need evidence to show say na mo wɔ hɔ ansa na woba UK kurom ha. I don't know if you married her before or after, but I'm assuming say you married her before you came, so you have evidence say mutina bomu and sana wo. And then she will also have to do the criminal record check as well. Yeah.
Pacho wenya answer no. Well, that's so tie radio no.
I
On take way no. Some make I say lower gadget na utie efri no mo. Say because my feedback wa ha. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Odofo wa maso mpacho hold on 1 second mami. Obi nso bisa say good morning lawyer Eunice, good morning Manyeti. See, what if I'm traveling with my spouse who has leave to enter? Am I also going to be interrogated as a British national? Oh, so what's here common year? It's not necessarily say to kwanya bia na stop interrogate you. No, I believe very well say sometimes randomly and I say say won krata no uko scanning and how the form winim na erase any red flag and I say bibia ene ebanesa but who a British national now no yere nam dia Eunice no then yeah nya ni hwe ana.
Of course not, because me they can say obi onye British ni ebi a okita leave to remain and I say indefinite leave no. Omo na usually someoje assistant bi and someoje permission ever UK from her. So when indefinite leave crampona they expect say untna outside the UK for more than 2 years. And see they will always have room to obviously check why be a BB was system no so and yet to say senya no. So they have that right to obviously stop and question you if you're a non-British national. But anybody who is a British national, obviously they would not stop and interrogate you for any reasons whatsoever. And see, most of the time is to do with inkrofwa or more ewa sitting and na say omo benya sitna ede atena krom ha. Yeah.
Yo papa me did say see she's now coming in the UK with a spouse visa. And about me say baby son questions, Papa. Your baby son no question, but Nikunu na oka kweshiano, Nikunu ni or British ne. What can be bia, what church mu be bia, or beba pepe. Why? In some dear wa coach no, so we no, into no catcher no, in someone. Fa application ne ho nyinaa ne nsa kan sɛ ɔba bɛka ne kunu no ho no ka kyerɛ no unless ɔnte borɔfo koraa no mo nkurɔfoɔ mbɛtumi ayi ano ɛde ama ɔmo so I don't think say it's gonna be a problem papa nsuro koraa why ɔdɔfo awa ahoma so mpatwɔ ma yɛnte wo nka wokasa frɛ good morning papa yo ɛna no pɛ wahyɛ me program no Mate, bisa question in yanko.
The question is about first time to travel now. About spouse visa application.
Okay.
Yeah, fixed application. Yeah, coach. back and forth fight no share some year last bundle and from no and almost a home office for review. If they will send a decision and a grant application, but they share the court below and they give us here. But almost share home office by 11 for last month or by first of last month. My then almost job I could not share almost some job I can't job but now and what should we do?
Oh, okay. Learnis, omonte hwe omode nyoma ne call yes this way no bundle no na omo atwa edi how many months ni? Then June.
My case in the start here next month, now 1 year.
Okay, me check time amode bundle no mo request ya amode bundle no call ye no. Eno na maybe sir. Okay, yo. Eunice, amode bundle no call June. Enti no
Yes.
up to now, omonte hwe. Dey na ekọ.
Okay, it's in regards to appeal cases on my HMCTS. I think say in previous programs I've explained what their procedures are. And see, they will always give a deadline for certain tasks and in Yamabi I say mo no mobile and answer home office for almost should I say duties in regards to how they respond to an appellant no they are supposed to also review the case again and make sure say nanka a idea ever court na almost refuse based on inyama abia 3 sisi a yɛde bando aba a yɛpɛ sɛ almost anhwɛ mu bio no ɔmo bɛsesa ɔmo adwene anaa usually that will be a stepping stone on which the judge will then go on to say okay say mohwɛ biom na mo can say biribi no ho a mobɛtumi asesa but mopɛ sɛ mo maintain mo refusal decision dia and deɛ nso mɛhwɛ nneɛma bi so a ɛwɔ hɔ na metumi a making a decision. So it's important for the Home Office to review the case. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do as an appellant to speed the Home Office up in regards to the review. Into yourself, court nankasa no, send the email to the Home Office, and usually they will do that. They will send an email to let them know, say, ABI, up to 1st October. Can you explain the entire review? No, I late, and we want a response by this date. Into once they've given them another deadline, then they have to make sure that they comply with courts for no omo directions, not omo de ama. So it's important that when it comes to review and I say inyama appellant and I say respondents no they are able to do it within time, saying and prolongate issues no. But the court is the main body which will should I say stand as a middleman to make sure say there is a obi no omobeye. Yeah.
Okay. Yo, yeda ase em say ene de na article. Odofo a wo ahoma so mpacho yeti o.
You with the just Eunice and one cast so.
Meda ase.
And a wife.
Oh, meda ase. Hey, you. Thank you for that compliment. Pachokoso.
The question, the man, my year must stay 1.5 years here in the UK.
Okay.
Now, I mean, I don't see I'm a doctor, say a worry. Or a nurse, okay, indefinite, or about 5 years. In Tinubu, you need to say 1.5 years. So, because I make coffee, my parents and trim a bit rumor at the having. Now, I won't have my maintenance and family. I want a prayer. The first question is no application at your home officer. Then I'll be a family because medical application. I had them about 8 months application here my age. To say you also application to me a family. Machine members and my lawyer and some.
Yo, Eunice.
Now what be what ANS into the area but what sitting abeng.
Okay, and only first question. Or say you know indefinite. Now
Okay.
or no I overstay for 1.5 years. Into no obisa sa eba ne se ne ye no omu pese omu ware hihyeshi ya but
Okay.
eba ne se okwa ebe kwa kosi sen.
Okay. Okay. So in regards to spousal applications, usually almost say, of course, say wone nipa no etu krom ha. Is there any type of insurmountable obstacles that ebeba muntema won't mean sanko chroma wufru so eba no enko your application no honom. And most times, if there is no insurmountable obstacles, and now say instance and swa ebema wo answer which uncle back there, then they expect say you have to return back to chrome now wufru no now akoya application no if you and then usually they would say because abia wabetna hanum as an illegal immigrant, abia there is a certain time limiter and I say banner so for the answer na wasan your application bill. And then in regards to family applications and I say human rights applications based on spouse, no, there is that exception in terms of the fact that say okwa they expect say you can still show say wouldn't sound panel more genuine and subsisting relationship in say and non sina or your application or ediaba, but they expect you to also meet their requirements into a bit to say the fact say more more relationship that's so ho na ebia motibom and sana or sign call back to Ghana and so to make sure say of course or sa IELTS and now say or degree HSL over to me as satisfy some English language test requirements. And then you also have to show say well you're now work room hand so nisika or no 29,000 at least gross income every year. And so of course, we go back to Ghana so you have to do the tuberculosis test ewo ho ansa na obeba. Into by the time process say sa documents and answer application no you are looking at you going making the application, doing your biometrics, and them also making their decision. Just give yourself at least roughly 6 months, just so that you know, say, once you've put in everything, they should make a decision within their estimated time period, which is usually about 8 to 12 weeks, which is roughly around 3 months. Yeah.
Pacha wenya wansa no.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's it. Yo.
That's all right.
Okay, bye bye. Yegusu ewa ha na yeka ensem. Safe no adwene a wo BWF Solicitors for legal hours so na wo hwe na megidi se obasoa obamomode anu ahye na program no nso obi nsa aka yenye odofo bi wa ahomare so nansa na obebisa na okay obisa wi na membisa questions mi ensa ya omode abra mi na yenko enim odofo mpacho wo kasa frame yente nka.
Good morning, my name is Eunice.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, yeah,
With
that's
regards to a topic, last year before Ghana, almost beside me question, baby. Now the boy, I say, me, baby, free Ghana, no.
Yes.
Before me, damn me, and me, my lawyer, and mommy, a copy of all the
Questions.
Form I had it in my email.
Okay.
So me downloading in your phone, so to me, see if flight in the world.
Now okay, okay.
I went through all of them, although some of them I was conversant with them, but there were a few dating and mixing it, we capture in Nana, a room is as if I knew what was going to happen. Some questions be pray, and I answered all of them, but me say back home.
Okay.
And me say, I noticed me answer we notice here said my mistake. But my cash also one so two questions were obviously na we and also about that very question now. When I asked you this, you told me this. And I said, oh yeah, if that was what I said, then it was a slip of tongue. It's not this year, it's rather this year, and I'm a more correct one, man.
Okay.
After the ocean meaning one of them said, but you know, I say, and she know when him the couldn't him can I'm saying, yeah. I think that we advise to people
Yeah.
like, or they should go through the information and then they will be
Sir.
abreast with it. Okay.
Sir.
But my question briefly here, see how I'm a pre-settle. So
Okay.
in case I mean settle status we
Mm.
now me confirm me baba. Almost are they going to start the 5-year route now? Almost about settle status. And I said me I'm a British passport now me confirm about and also would they come as British with British passport and I said you also have to come and start the route, the 5-year route.
Brother, open the food there. Oh no, but and I know you British passport. There is a process. Why? And you know, someone him said whatever it is, no, you 5 years and over, and sana you qualify for indefinite, and sana after 1 year of your indefinite, no acquire your British passport, and only the most near a war will be a ediso. Into who started pre-settle now, call settle status now. If you know when you after settle status when your British passports say we what be a citizen after I think 12 months, you know. And it sounds na me gidi say, but lawyer nim better than me. Nti lawyer, pacho, I will be sad 3 questions. Wait me ama ne nyina answer the amano. Say near me kind na mbia na machia kakra.
Okay, so in regards to Nkolana or Popese Okofa Omobano, I
Mm.
believe say once he has pre-settled status, depending on how he got it. So for
Mm.
instance, I don't know, say a year or pre-settled status.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, into the EU Nina or pre-settled status based on your spouse, yeah, you can still go and have your children apply for family permit. Into you're not necessarily going there physically, but you can submit an application for them to come here as family members of an EU national. Into 6 months family permit depending on whether they are under 21 and answer over the age of 21 no if they are over 21 someone to make sure dependency say wo and show in terms of DDM school come everything that they need wo and will make it that provision no more into if they are 21 and above you will need to show evidence of dependency also but if they are under 21, they will not necessarily need evidence of dependency. But we still add that in any case, just so that they know, say, una will share or more. And then if you are saying, say, ABA, person train, and sana, ABA, when you will settle status, and I say, when you are indefinite leave to remain, and sana, work of form was so they are that is also up to you. If you are still married to your EU spouse, you will still go through the same 6 months family permit or mobile. Then they will have to make an application based on work, and then they will get indefinite leave to remain if they are under 21. But if they are 21 and above, they will have to do the 5 years and then after 5 years do the indefinite and access settled status application. Into I hope I've answered your question.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Me that's papa. Mm.
Okay, madam, I say,
Okay.
Damisha.
I mean sure one so. Yo, well before fraud, but maybe some question. I'm say time na ya akọ. We say or the same. Oh yeah, I'm so or yeah refugee na I mean can say what trying some way be. Na just say amano nkrata 5 years based on the refugee status or claim or claim asylum, sorry. O claim asylum ya amano 5 years. Enti na obisa say 5 years no. Onim say ontumi nkọ kro na ye odi koye saa de no ontumi nkọ kro ne so. Nti ne ɔyɛ ne sɛ ɔkɔ kuro foforɔ so ɔpɛ sɛ ɔkɔ ne kurom deɛ but ɔnim sɛ based on that na ɔntumi nkɔ ne nti na ɔsɛ ɔfa kwan nyansa kwan bi so na nea ɛkyerɛ ne sɛ wakɔ na wakɔfa baabi foforɔ ɛde akɔpie ne kurom ɔra wakɔ kyele ɛne anim wakɔyɛ nea ɔbɛyɛ na wasan fa baabi a kwan a ɔfa so san de ba wasan fa so de aba na mmom at the airport border hɔ no ɛna yɛbisabisa ne nsɛm. Enti no ɛbaa ne sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ ne phone so na yɛhwɛ phone so no yɛakɔhu sɛ kuro no a wode wɔ hɔ ɛbaa sɛ sɛbio wontumi enko ho bibi esi wo ho sese ye hu se wakoda ho wo kro do twitwa photos se nneoma bebe kire wo se oho na wakọ spend holidays no de ba obisa se ogina airport nsoso aso oben na beba ne so.
I think it's very similar to in some Ayakika and
Yeah.
because obviously they will say because of persecution and answer risk or threats to your life. And no sin I want to me and call Sakrono so na omo ehu pictures and answer omo ehu evidence say oji weni e wo krom ho dia and the ba saying because to them no omama asetena no based on the claim who make it and they believe say obviously the claim was genuine and into no more de sa asetena no emma wo into say oh ka say obetumi akọ chrome with no issues whatsoever say omom indefinite number mu into no you will have to answer because it might be say oh my almost false information it's you might need to answer in regards to that unless you are saying say a different krobi so and now walk on into sa pictures na and free sa chrome now will free so no but a different country na which try sa pictures no yeah.
Ayaka ojina ho wakojina ene ni video evidence everything kire se wakọ ni krom ho na mom o twa ticket na okofa akrofo fro so nti abefa say from UK there or memfa Ghana like Ghana ni nti oko Togo ena ofri Togo na eba na mom ensemsem bisa e wo port ho no ena eba ni se ene ni phone so kra okra ye nhwe phone so no obe ono gina Kotoka airport hey arrival wakojina boti force hey me oboti wakojina ada all these evidences just say Ghana okoye nti no ojina port ohun o say I need a lawyer where you be asem a ehia ne papa me dey asresem no e very serious o airport am na o kase yo yenkoye ni modofo wa ahoma so mpacho ye fra o say na o kase frɛ. Oh, okay. Yes. Oba ne de em say ono hia bibisa but I think so be hia life skill so oba ha 1 year pa ho so on. And obey ono so obey English test enye momo de ni bi ono be life skills de ni bi speaking and listening say bani say e wo say oye English test about law Eunice almost because minim say woni ni nyina e ba oba no ana oba ma no hia but this case no wa betene mu kakra ma abrochem from ana be fa ne ho nta afa na okofa ne ye no be den also true oye speaking and listening na.
Under the skilled work routes, they don't require
The
that
dependent one.
to make
Okay.
any to do any test in regards to the English. No,
Okay.
she would not necessarily have to do any English test to
You
come. Yeah.
exactly. Papa, I know the onye. Why? Say, still skilled migrant. Ne the onye. Why? Yo. Yati, that's it. Okay, maybe some last question now for the yen sorry ne enko. When to say ya wo no okromo ha, I think 1982 was a 1981. And ya wo no okroma ne be or ne best set. Na mom oni passport. We took kwan efi kromo ha akotena kro foforo so for a long time. Ena wa sign aba. Na obaye no ne best set no bisa say obetumi apply for British passport ana say eden na so ye nti obisa.
Wow. The fact that O2 Kwan was I room view, I'm wondering how they did that. Because
Say
yes,
kro
usually
baby a krona maminka krona of course no.
mhm,
Wenya sa kro ho no nkrata.
okay.
Nti no otumi de be mu as like obetumi de remu wabedu ha. nsisi
Okay.
a ne British passport birth certificate no obisa obetumi ayɛ British passport ana.
Okay. So usually I know say free EU no mu there
Mhm,
would be instances where, for instance, you can show say oh a family member of an EU into more
mhm,
certificate. But say
mhm,
if she's saying or he or she is saying say omo
mhm,
wono work room ha na or
mhm,
so who the way Albanian are sitting there, then
mhm,
they have to show say almost now for the first 10 years of their life. Into
mhm,
even if they are 30 years old now, so
mhm,
on way to me actually said they spent the first 10 years of their life here in the
mhm,
UK, yeah, then they can register to be British. So more
mhm,
register, yeah, then they'll give them a certificate that they are now British and then they can apply for passport, you know. But say
mhm,
yɛwɔ wɔ kurom ha na ɛnyɛ ade a ɔtena kurom ha deɛ then
mhm,
unfortunately they will have to apply for visa just like everybody else nti ebi a
mhm,
sɛ ɔkyerɛ sɛ sisi a wakɔtena kurom foforɔ bi so a then they will have to apply for working visa, student visa, spousal
mhm,
visa, any visa that will allow them to come and work and live here lawfully, no, they
mhm,
can make that visa application. Bearing in mind that it's not every country that needs a visa. So say
mhm,
say or slim keke because of visits there, then they will
mhm,
have to return at a certain point in time. But
mhm.
so it's not slim there, then they will need valid leave to remain to be able to remain in the UK. Yeah.
Okay. Up to what year na ye wo a sɛ wo descendants, wo parents wo ha na so mo so mo kita British passport wo krom ha. You can go ahead and do the way straight away. You don't need to go through all this way up to year ben. Is it 83 na sa new rules nearby ana?
So yes, the British Nationality
Mhm.
Act came into force in 1983.
Mhm.
Into Obi
Yeah.
Biara Yewu 81 dear, you
Mhm.
can if you can vouch and say hey, my parents na yewu no come na say me me want my birth certificate, I made to me actually say your original birth certificates no yewu me work home had there, then you can go ahead and say you are making an application for your British passport because yeah, we will
It's
start
no
the
omo here registration bia. And I say
we all here registration be and understand all yeah a British passport because all
mhm.
yeah one work room ha all casa name my name papa no to chrome ha yeah one work
Mhm.
room ha it's the birth set ni.
Obetumi ayɛ nti ɔno na sɛ wantena kurom ha no wefiri ha na wasan abɛwura mu a still a obetumi ayɛ passport no straight away because ne parent no evidence biribiara ɛwɔ
Yes.
hɔnom kyerɛ sɛ na ɔmo wɔ okay
Yeah.
yo la Eunice yɛbɛda
Okay.
ase mmerɛ no kɔ nti no etiefoɔ ɛnɛ yɛnua borɔfo no a yɛnua lawyer no a ɛyɛ a no de borɔfo ba lawyer ani ɛnɛ oni ha nti no ɛnɛ borɔfo no yɛbɛtwa ne tia waba it's all about sɛ wofiri Ghana na woba na and for that any other country for that matter na woba na yɛ stop na interrogate wo de biara yɛgyina wo yɛbɛbisa w'anum nsɛm biara yɛbɛgyina na yɛbisa w'anum nsɛm saa na afei ne yɛdetene wo ne adeade no a ɛno ho education a yɛde bɛtu dwa no ɛba ne saa nneɛma kakra nkakra wɔ sɛ woyɛ na womfa ntwitwa wo ho nti Lioness yɛmfa borɔfo no mbem but then mmerɛ no kɔ nti no ɛdɛn na wode bɛgya yɛn na yɛnsɔre nkɔ nyame yɛ adom a yɛbɛyɛ no separate na yɛde ato yɛn platforms no so.
Okay, just briefly, for those who don't understand our local dialect of Tree, the topic was to do with why I'm always stopped and questioned when I arrive at the UK ports. And so we looked at the fact that when we look at our Immigration Act of 1971, it gives the Secretary of State for the Home Office the power or the duty to be able to grant leave, to be able to refuse leave, and also to be able to vary leave coming into the UK. And as um, as part of her duties, she's also able to enroll immigration officers to carry out those duties at the different ports within the UK. We have immigration officers who form part of the border force who are able to question or examine a person who has been granted leave to enter or has been given some form of entry visa to enter into the UK. And usually they would examine this person if they believe there has been a change of circumstance or they believe that there has been false information or false document provided, or they believe that they did not disclose certain information which was relevant to the application. And if that is the case, they may question you further to find out how you were granted your leave to enter or leave to remain whilst in the UK. If for any reason, whatever they have questioned you on keeps reoccurring. And so every time you are leaving the UK, it's okay. But when you are coming or you're returning back to the UK, they are always questioning you on those same issues. It may be that they have some information on their records which they are still not sure about, and therefore you can provide further information to them, or you can make a request for that information to be corrected or for your leave, the circumstances regarding your leave to be put on their system such that you are not always interrogated or examined regarding those same issues. And you can do so by visiting the Border Force webpage. They have a complaint section with their email on there, and you can email them if you believe that it's to do with some information on their records which they don't have accurately on their records. And so, yes, our topic today was mainly to do with those who may be facing this issue one way or the other. Yɛbɛtoa so hopefully Nyame adom a next week. But your information in regards to baby office no wɔ ɛne your telephone numbers ɛwɔ way screen no so. Nti sɛ mohwehwɛ yɛkyerɛ akwan anaasɛ mopɛ sɛ mobook appointment na wo ne yɛn ɛdi nkitaho in regards to your issues, anaasɛ wonim obi a ɔrekɔ through these same issues na wopɛ sɛ ɔboa nipa korɔ no, yɛwɔ London 4th floor of Anna House, Tottenham High Road no so, Seven Sisters. Your postcode ne yɛ N15 4NP. Your office number ɛyɛ 0208 493 73. Yɛbie Monday to Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nti sɛ mopɛ sɛ mofrɛ na mode nkitaho, whether face to face anaasɛ virtually anaasɛ remotely no, mobɛtumi afrɛ yɛn na yɛne mo ɛdi nkitaho. Nti Nyame yɛ adom a yɛbɛsan so ɛhu mu bio.
Yo, la Eunice, so that's ye any education what they are and it's been a very, very educating say you should be pa if free mu. And you know, young coso na ye be dumade no baby ye la Eunice. Nyame adoma ochna the community and the law no ebeba so me nua bema oreku ebegyina mu den na or the about 2 hours solid mbenya education na mo nso mo de ato mo ho na until then no mo nhye no nso e-visa aba sorry wa wonya wo de bomoden na koso na ye untumi nya kona ko hu obi a obetumi aye de aboa unnim computer mu a bomoden call on someone na obetumi aboa na wetumi aye e-visa no because December na eba dodo na be person betu kwan na wotu kwan na wonye na wo ba January a wanhwa wo ho be kiro saa stop and then interrogate no ebi be akoto wo ho na afi bisebisa wenum nsem na ototo papa so nti no monhye no nso na monto ana mo mediane manyeti usham baby a from manyeti medamase that's ene yebese share. Have a lovely weekend. Until then, I'll see you again. Bye bye.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.